Okay, my good friends, Roger once again, Mud Fossil University, and before I even start, I want to continue one more time just to press this forward into you that you understand you have to validate yourself. This is the way I do things. I've done it all my life. I validated it when I learned it. I documented it, and I put it in a book like this, and I've shown this over and over. This goes back 50 years. And it's very detailed, and it's all kinds of notes about things that I did back when I learned chemistry. And I learned it from all of the experiments that everybody did, and I validated what they did first. That's just the way I do things. I can't help myself. Now, what we're going to get into today is gravity. I think I understand gravity now. I understand from the electron flood theory and from the work I did with Rod Warren on the light experiments and seeing the light actually divide and separate. And now I think I understand it. And then I started to do some work on thin film photography and how soap bubbles form. And I think I see separation within soap bubbles of the particles. Believe it or not. I mean, it's crazy. But I'm going to show you thin film, and you'll see that there becomes an area that appears to be a dark region, which is nothing but the positive portion of the electron dipoles. I'll get into this and you'll see it, and I'll explain as we go along. But my point being here is document your stuff. When you go in to get a job, you'll have something that will portray your work in the field that you wanted to get into. I don't care what it is. Geology, archaeology, paleontology, whatever. You start to do your studies and document it. Quantum mechanics, theory of this, the relative, whatever you want. But make sure you document it. Then you can go in and you say, here's what I was taught in the studies that I took on Coursera at Yale or Harvard or MIT, and here's what I took away from it. Now, you don't have to tell them that you don't believe it, because it's not going to be correct. I can tell you that right now. There's not a single thing you're going to find out that's right. But if you don't understand what they say, then you're never going to be able to really stand up for yourself. You're always going to say, no, you're just wrong. And that's what they say to me. You're just wrong. I say, why am I wrong? Well, because you didn't read the same books I read. I said, well, your books were wrong. I said, here's my evidence. You show me your evidence. They said, well, you have to just go read it, the things that Rutherford wrote or somebody. And I said, wait a minute. Hubble, all of those people, Einstein, they were all wrong. I accelerated light. Here's all the things I have, and here's my physical evidence. Then here is my theoretical conclusions. Now, if I'm wrong, I want to know why I'm wrong. I'm going to show you right now, this is what I think gravity is, and magnetism, and the whole thing, and how it works out to the way the Earth spins through the galaxy and everything else, how electron flood theory works. And then I feel like I have to be able to make my case. And I feel like I'll be able to make my case against anyone. So if you have some way of discounting what I'm going to say, I want to hear it. But I want to hear it more than, oh, where did you peer review this? Where is your, who published this? Because nobody will. It's against the peer review people. And they are the ones that hold all the cards in their hand. You cannot speak against them. And if you do, and you're in college or something, they're going to fail you. So you're intimidated, you're extorted, and the fiduciary failure that they were supposed to do working in your best interest is just not happening. So I am going to help you. But I need to show you both sides. And if you don't learn both sides, don't come to me crying. Because nobody's going to care about what you say unless you can say, here's what they say, I fully understand it. But here's what I say. And I have my evidence to support what I say. Don't come without evidence. You come with just statements about this and that. Well, that's okay. You can talk about it. But don't come with confidence. If you come with confidence, you better have something to say. Just like whoever it was, Sagan or somebody said, extraordinary claims mean extraordinary evidence. Well, I have the evidence. And they run away from it because their claims are extraordinary with no evidence. So let's get into it. All right, I talk about Coursera. This is one of the Coursera courses I'm taking. Well, I'll be taking it very shortly. And this is at this really fancy institute, the Polytech de Paris. And here is the course. It is single photons. And it starts August 17th. Now, and you can sign up here. It's free. This is free. Now, these are the professors. And they're going to be talking about quantization of light. And there's a video here that you can watch, and there's stuff you can read, and there's exercises that you can go through to figure out, you know, what's going on. Now, I go to these courses, and I get as much as I can out of them. It's not like because I'm not going to agree with a lot of what they say. I want to know what they say, so that if I disagree, I want to be able to disagree on firm ground. So, and you should go to Coursera. I'm telling you right now. Get educated for free. Educated for free. Go into your prospective employer and say, look, I went to Paris, to the University of Paris, or whatever it is. I went to Yale. I went to Harvard. You go to all of those. And I've gone to a ton of them. And, you know, it sounds pretty impressive. Oh, yeah, I went to the University of Geneva, Johns Hopkins, Rice, you know, so forth, so on. And, you know, I mean, and you know, I picked the courses I wanted to study, and now I am prepared to work for you, sir, and I am motivated. That's what they want to hear. Just because you went to school and paid somebody, that's no big deal for them. Now they realize that they're not getting what they had hoped for from schools. I know they are. If you can go in there and you impress them with the ability that you did this on your own, you're your own prime mover, you're your own motivator. You don't have to be motivated every day. You're going to be the one that gets the job.